So, of course, growing up in Southern California in the beach cities, I rarely had real weather, right, that I had to deal with. I mean, we would have cold, we would have rain, and sometimes we would even have thunderstorms, but of course, I didn't have to deal with ice or snow. So, it's been interesting here in Tennessee getting used to the weather we have. It's nothing like, of course, Indiana, where my parents live, where, if you get snow, you get like feet of snow. But anyway, today's video is just to show you some of the weather that I've experienced in the last month or so. Well, it's December 23rd and the storm came through last night. I'm actually inside. I didn't want to go outside because it's quite chilly. But we did get some snow, and I was supposed to go to the doctor's appointments, but I went ahead and canceled those per Garth's request because it is supposed to be pretty windy. And you can see the wind is blowing a bit, but the gusts were supposed to have been up to 50 miles per hour. I think they've dropped now. But being new and not really used to driving on ice or snow, we decided it was probably safer for me to stay home. Okay, and here we are out the back. I'm not sure if you can actually see the snow, but as I was sitting and working, the winds would really pick up and I would see like little twisters of snow. It's very chilly. Let's see if there you can see the snow falling a little bit. It's dusting the ground, but it's mainly just really, really cold and windy. So staying indoors today. And that's what we've got. On December 23rd, we had where power went out in the morning. And so Rebecca had asked me if I wanted to come spend the night at her house because they have a wood stove that would keep the home warm in case our home lost power again, because the temperatures were supposed to be around 0 degrees with a negative wind chill factor dropping, at least 20 more degrees. So to stay safe, I went to her house, and this was what her kitchen window looked like when I had arrived before staying warm in the main room of the house. So I am outside after having a few days of staying indoors mostly. We had a really cold front come through. Christmas was about 0 degrees. But anyway, I just came out. I was taking care of a few things, and I noticed kind of a couple things that I kind of wanted to film and show you. So first of all, I usually have a bucket that will capture water as it falls down from the roof, and I noticed it was on the ground and it was bulging at the bottom. So let me flip this around and show you what I'm seeing. Okay, so this usually water comes down through this pipe into this cistern, but sometimes it also just falls kind of from up there. So I usually have a bucket here that captures it. I noticed it was knocked over, and you can see, I think you can see it's bulging out, and it's completely frozen on the top. So 5 pounds of ice, it broke my plastic. There's some plastic there on the ground. And then I noticed bottles of water froze, and then I noticed this mason jar is completely broken. So there was water in there, even though it wasn't closed. I guess it expanded so much that it pretty much broke all of that glass. So I'm gonna have to clean up that glass. And then I noticed that as I was coming over here, there is this ice. It actually looks like there was a water bottle there, but it's all ice. It's just, things have been dripping, and it just formed kind of this ice thing here. It's kind of interesting. So anyway, that's what I'm experiencing outside. So I thought I would just share on. So still learning about weather here in Tennessee, even though it doesn't always get this cold. It got quite cold. And so now I've learned even if water is in a container that it could expand up, it often will still expand out instead and break things that the water's in. So once again, it had rained, snowed, all different kinds of things while I was gone. Filled up that bucket. The bucket fell over. Anyway, life in Tennessee. So I was working and just looked out the window in front of me and saw this beautiful sunrise starting. Got a little bit of clouds. We got the mountains. But isn't that gorgeous? So this morning I said what a gorgeous sunrise there was. And then I was just sitting down. I was actually on the phone, and now the wind has died down. The trees are not moving. But as I was chatting with someone, the trees were just really moving, and it was a complete downpour. Now, it's still raining hard. I think you probably can hear it. But it's not even as close as what it was a few minutes ago. But anyway, our current situation. Well, I'm here in the downstairs dining room working. I have the dogs up here. And we just had a big flash of lightning and some loud thunder as well. I think the dogs are probably happy that they're here with me right now. But anyway, my computer just flashed when that lightning hit too. So I may have to unplug a bit from power, which is not ideal because my computer is a power suck. And so it doesn't last very long without having power. But anyway, I'm going to see how the storm goes, and then of course how much snow we'll have tomorrow if the rain continues, because it is supposed to get down to 20. So we'll see if we have powdery white. I'm not sure if you can see the rain, but the downpour just started. I can hear it. It's actually raining pretty hard, but through the window and kind of the fog, you may not really be able to see it. But it's supposed to rain quite a bit today and actually snow tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Well, now we got the snow. It's been falling a little bit, you can see. So I'm staying inside, although I'd be staying inside anyway because it's January and it's crazy finding season. Anyway, there's the snow. It'll be interesting to see how long it snows and how white it is tomorrow. But I will be indoors. Well, I'm standing on the back porch of my house. If you can see, it's still snowing behind me, and it snowed all night. There's snow on the ground there. The dogs are next to me wrestling, playing outside, so the cold doesn't bother them. Although they do have the opportunity to come in and out as they please downstairs into the basement. But anyway, I just thought I would grab another video since I took one yesterday as I was working and the snow had started. But obviously it kept snowing last night, and it's still supposed to snow during the day today. Well, here's the backyard this morning. It did not snow yesterday, but it was still really cold. So the snow that we did have obviously stayed, but it is supposed to warm up today to around 40 degrees. So I assume all of this snow will be gone later today. So I came out here to drop some food in the compost, and I heard this bird that I hadn't heard before. I was watching it, and it was kind of chipping away at the tree as if it were like a woodpecker or something. Now it's climbing up the tree. Up, and it flew off. But anyway, it was just pecking away at the tree, and I hadn't seen that bird before, so I thought I'd capture it. All right, looks like we are getting hail. Look at the little roof there, all the little pieces. And on the ground, can you see? Let's see if I can zoom in. It's like little balls of ice. So I have to go out in that in a little bit. Hopefully it will have stopped by then.